I got a comment on my 25cm Shin Godzilla review that basically asked the titular question of this video. However, instead of responding to one comment, I thought I'd make a video in an effort to help people start to navigate the world of high-priced collectibles. To start off, I can't afford most X Plus releases. There are a decent amount of collectors that can and do buy almost every single release, and a decent amount of those guys also happen to be resellers. I have a relatively humble collection. It's been slowly growing since 2017. As of this video, I have 33 figures at home, 3 with a friend, and 9 on pre-order. So let's dive into how I do it. Number 1, and certain viewers may not like me for saying this, is to be working full-time or have an income equivalent to a 40-hour-a-week job. Student loans or grants don't and shouldn't count. I bought my first X Plus in late 2016. At that time, I was 25 years old and had been working a steady full-time job for 3 years. Number 2 is budgeting. A lot of people give budgeting a bad reputation as though it's some sort of punishment, but if you know how much you're going to make, you can allocate how your money is spent throughout the month. I didn't start budgeting until the beginning of 2020, so most of my collecting in general up to that point was quite reckless. If you're dealing with high-end collectibles, reckless abandon and impulse buying should be avoided at all costs. I learned this lesson the excruciatingly hard way in early 2019, and I'm still paying for it. I forced myself to pass on a figure I really wanted because I needed to change my buying habits. By budgeting, you're able to see how much you can safely spend on your collecting, and you get the bonus of not constantly being stressed about money like I used to be. Oh, be sure to save money for a rainy day too. I see too many sale posts that read, "Something came up and I need to sell this figure ASAP to pay for it." As an aside, budgeting your space is pretty important too. X Plus tends to fill shelves fast. Number 3 is have a target. Some people only collect figures of a certain size, so their figures are all in scale with each other. There are a lot of lines within X Plus. Here are a few. Large Monster Series or 25cm line, 30cm line, Yuji Sakai Modeling Collection, Favorite Sculptors line, Deforeal, and Gigantic Series. There are others who only collect the kaiju they really enjoy. I fall more into this category with X Plus, and it's transitioned to how I collect figures in general, more or less. I started collecting X Plus with the Yuji Sakai Godzilla 1992, which was the Godzilla suit that made me a fan. I've considered going after 1 or 2 lines, but I feel that would limit my options too much. In regard to price, it goes without saying that the Gigantic series is notoriously expensive. Newer figures are progressively larger, and with that, the price increases. Gigantic Shin and 2019 Godzilla retailed for nearly $800 for their Rick exclusive versions, and it's only gotten worse on the aftermarket. On the other end, Deforeal figures are significantly smaller, being just a few inches in height. Most retail for below $100. Rick versions can be more expensive. The most expensive Deforeal to date is now Biollante, having unseated King Ghidorah 2019. The Rick light-up version of King Ghidorah went for $165 before shipping on initial release. Biollante Standard is $150, and the Rick is $200. I'll break down my collection to give approximate affordability comparisons between the lines that I currently collect. You may see it skewed in favor of one line in particular, inflating my count of total X Plus. Deforeal, 23. Large Monster Series, 6. 30cm, 2. Favorite Sculptors line, 2. Sakai, 3. Of the figures on pre-order, Deforeal, 4. Large Monster Series, 1. Favorite Sculptors line, 1, Real Master Collection, 1, and Star Ace, 2. Let's get into pre-orders now, since that's the main way collectors get their X Plus, cheap. Even standard version figures can sell out within minutes, and aftermarket prices are often grossly inflated. Pre-ordering a standard version with payment due on release is a common option on sites like HobbySearch and HobbyLink Japan. However, this delayed responsibility for payment can trick you into thinking you can buy more figures than you will actually be able to afford. Be mindful of release dates and spread out your pre-orders accordingly. 1 figure a month is very ambitious for a beginner. As for the Rick exclusive versions, pre-ordering is usually the only way you can secure fair market price for the figure. Sites like X Plus owned sales sites for Japan and the US require immediate payment, as these versions are often made to order. Once the pre-order window closes, only that amount of pre-orders will be made, usually. Defects can happen. With that regard though, some Rick versions hit their pre-order limits in the first few hours of opening. In these cases, further pre-order windows are opened for new batches. When Gigantic Shin went up for pre-order, it managed to generate 4 waves of production. The same thing happened with the Real Master Collection Godzilla 2004 Farewell Godzilla poster version. If you miss a pre-order or started collecting X Plus after a figure's release, then you will need to navigate the aftermarket. There are good groups online to help out with this, such as the X Plus Kaiju Collectors Club on Facebook. There you're surrounded by many other X Plus collectors. I mean, it's a group only for X Plus, who love to help out beginners. You can find pre-order links, see photos shared from toy fairs, buy and sell for much better prices than certain sites, eBay is actual hell, and a lot more. Common sites to find figures aftermarket are Mandarake, Jungle, and yes, eBay. I already said eBay is actual hell, and it usually is, but sometimes you find a good deal there. Besides, eBay is a large part of how I started collecting in general, so it never hurts to check in on what's being listed there. That should wrap things up for this video. I hope it helps out people looking to get into X Plus. It's a solid company with a track record of great figures, and quality is only continuing to improve. Links to good websites you can buy from are in the description.